My daughter thought her college fund was her wedding fund. I have 4 kids, and ever since my husband and I found out we were pregnant with our first, we started putting money aside every single month for their future, a college fund for each one. We never talked about it, never made a big deal. We just did it quietly in the background. My husband has a great job, so we were lucky to save more than most people could. We always imagined the money going toward their education. Not vacations, not weddings, not cars, just school. My oldest daughter, Elle, got pregnant at 16. She dropped out of high school. I was disappointed, yeah, but I also understood life doesn't always go as planned. I figured once things settled down, she'd go back, maybe finish her diploma later, but she never did. Now she's 22, still with the same guy, and they have another kid. She's currently pregnant with their third. They're engaged, but not married yet. They say they're waiting until they can afford it. They were getting by for a while, but recently things have gotten rough. Elle can't find work without a diploma, and her fiance's job barely covers the bills. We've loaned them money more than once just to help them keep the lights on. Meanwhile, my second daughter, Katie, is 17 and just got accepted into college. We finally told her about her college fund. She was thrilled. I was in the room while she and Elle were talking one day. Katie casually mentioned how she was paying for school using her college fund. I didn't even think twice until I saw Elle freeze. She looked at me and asked, "Wait, we all have one?" I froze. I hadn't planned to tell her like this, but I didn't want to lie. So I said yes, we'd saved for each of the kids. Elle lit up. She grabbed her phone and started texting her fiance, telling him they finally had the money for a wedding, maybe even a down payment on a house. I stopped her right there. I said, "That's not what the money is for." She looked confused. "What do you mean?" I said, "It's for college. If you want it, go back to school. Get your GED, enroll in a trade program, then we'll talk. Whatever money's left over, you can use however you want, but it's not a blank check. And it's definitely not for a wedding." She snapped. Said I was punishing her for being a mom, said it was her money and I was trying to control her. I told her no, it's my money and I saved it for a purpose. She stormed out. Hours later, I started getting calls from her fiance's family. People I barely know, suddenly calling me heartless, selfish, elitist, saying we were setting Elle up to fail, that the money would just sit there and rot while she struggled. Even my own dad told me I should just give it to her. "You saved it for her," he said. "What does it matter what she spends it on?" But it does matter. That money had a purpose. I wasn't going to just give it away because she didn't follow the path we'd hoped for. A few days passed. Then Elle came over. She was quiet, softer than usual, said she wanted to talk. She apologized, said she lost her temper and didn't mean what she said. She told me she'd thought about it and was willing to go back to school. Not for me, but for her kids. She wants them to see her succeed at something, wants to give them better. We talked, really talked, for the first time in years. Now we have a plan. She's getting her GED. After that, she's looking into cosmetology school, maybe aesthetics. Once she finishes, whatever's left in the college fund will be hers. And as a gift, my husband and I are going to cover a small wedding ceremony and reception for her and her fiance. It's not how I imagined things would go when we started those